I want to ask you about another topic that you have really spoken out about. You touched on a little bit before about the continuing resolution that happened already. And you have spoken out against Senator Schumer
Yeah.
as far as the leadership. And you know, to hear Republicans describe it, they describe it, Democrats are in disarray, you know, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Listen, I was describing this a little bit earlier, and I said that it is a blessing and a curse to be a Democrat. It is a blessing in the sense that we are most critical of ourselves. And this is why you get really some of the most qualified candidates running for office, because we will tear ourselves apart first. But it is also a curse in the sense that I understand that ultimately Trump and MAGA, they are the problem, right? They are. But that doesn't mean that we can't be better, right? And so we try to do both. And the Republican Party, they just take whoever they get. Like, it's a warm body. I don't even know if they care if it's a warm body. Like, they don't care who it is, right? Because that's the only reason we have a 34 count convicted felon. That would never happen in the Democratic Party. You know why? Because the Democrats would have torn that candidate apart in the first place. But the Republicans, they do not care. They care about their hateful mission. And whoever is willing to carry out that mission, that is what they're going to do. And so, you know, I'm going to be honest, though. When I critique, it's going to be a critique of whoever. And sometimes that means even people in my party.
Do you think it's time for new leadership in the Senate?
I think that I don't get a vote. And I think that while people may be frustrated across this country with Senator Schumer, none of us get a vote. We don't get a vote on that. They get a vote on whether or not Schumer goes back to the Senate in 4 years, but they don't get a vote on leadership. That's just not how it works. You know, I've talked to some donors that are trying to get very creative, but I think that, you know, it is a little bit reminiscent of what we saw happen to when Joe Biden was taken down. And there were a lot of elected members of Congress that decided that they wanted to play in that conversation. So it'll be interesting to see how many senators decide that they want to start engaging in that conversation. I don't get a vote on the Senate side, but if there ends up being enough senators that start saying, hey, we may need new leadership, then there may end up being a trend from some other electeds as well as donors that may end up applying pressure. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't know who even wants that job. It's a tough job to have right now, right? And so it's not just about getting somebody out. It's like, well, who wants it? Like, who feels like they may be able to lead in this moment? And I need the public to understand that when you are in leadership in the House or the Senate, the biggest role that you have is your ability to raise money. So you have to raise money, because you've got to try to do everything that you can to take power, right? You've got to we need to flip the House and flip the Senate. And so there are some people that, yes, they may want to speak out. They may want to be opposition for Trump right now, but they don't want to have to deal with traveling the country incessantly, asking for dollars and trying to raise and trying to find the right candidates in the right states to be able to win and flip some of those seats. There's more than just the opposition side of this. And I don't know the Senate caucus like that, but I'm guessing that.
Are you part of that effort in the House?
Well, there's no effort in the House. I mean, we've said that we disagree with him, and I
But as
do
far as going
believe-
around the country looking for candidates, flipping
absolutely.
the House,
yeah,
et cetera.
Yeah. No, I'm constantly traveling and speaking and being asked to do various things. As it relates to candidates, usually candidates are calling me. So I've not sourced many candidates here recently.
But
not
you're
for
getting
this
calls.
Yeah, I'll get calls.
From people across the country or here in
From
Texas?
From people across the country, but right now the majority of my calls are coming from down in Houston, right now for the
because
special election. Yeah.
Congressman Sylvester Turner's
Yeah.
seat. Yeah.